Hello guys, my name is Joseph Lang. I am an artist, and I'm also a faculty member of the Department of Creative Arts at Open University of Hong Kong. And I'll be teaching in the new IDDA program. The IDDA program stands for Image and Design and Digital Art. And I believe if you're watching this right now, you're probably interested in the program. So let me get through the basic of the program. And today I will teach you guys how to give your digital photo a film look. Now, essentially, the IDDA program is where you combine art, design, and technology together. There is this new trend of using new technology such as AR and VR, or a more typical and common technology such as the camera or photography or cinematography to create art. And so essentially this program is to combine artist imaging technology together and to create to allow new possibility to be invented by using this existing technology that we have. Now there are three fields in the IDDA program. We first have the imaging design, which include cinematography and photography. But then we'll also have visual design, which is more related to graphic design and visual communication. And at last, we have digital arts, which is related to new technology, such as computer or codings. Now, if you want to know more about the IDDA program, you're free to check out our social media, the Facebook, the YouTube channel, the Instagram profile, and of course, we also have a dedicated website for our IDDA program. So yeah, let's get back to our mini lecture today. Today we will talk about how to give your digital photo a film look. Now, I think most of you guys are familiar with the filter function on Instagram, where with a simple click of a button, then you get a film look on your digital photo. Now, if you actually want to adjust the photo a bit more, you can of course click on the Edit tab on your phone. But you can also do it in a computer. And in fact, if you actually use a computer to do this, there is more room for you to adjust your photo. So today we're going to talk about how exactly are you going to be giving that filmic style to your digital photo. Now we'll be using the famous software Photoshop. I don't doubt anyone I think basically anyone in the world, well, young people in general, probably know what Photoshop is. It's basically this editing software for us to work on, to fine tune our photographs and to put on additional effect on our still photograph. So Photoshop, it's really the software to go, and it's going to be a big part of our program. But in particular today, we'll talk about four key function, which is the tonal curve, the color balance, the saturation, and elastic grain and Gaussian blur. So I have personally prepared this photograph that I've shot myself of a plant. This is a digital photo that I have shot with a DSLR, and we would like to turn it into something like this, which looks like a film photo. So let's get to our, well, wait a minute, there's one more slide. So for this tutorial, it's really the best to use a raw file instead of a JPEG file, which gives you more room and data to work on the details and adjustment of your image. And I'm not going to be getting into the technical details of these two file formats, but essentially the difference is raw is like a raw piece of meat, so you get more room to cook it the way that you like. But a JPEG is like sort of a half-cooked piece of meat where you have less choice to work around with the piece of meat that you have, or the image in this case. So yes, you always go for the raw so that you have more choices to work on the photograph in post-production. Now let's get to our Photoshop, and we can then go through the way that we're going to be turning this photograph into a film photograph. Now, the first thing you want to do is to go to the adjustment layer button, and if you go to curves, that gives you the opportunity of tweaking the tonal curve of the photo. So what you want to do is to, I mean, again, there is no right or wrong of doing this, and there is many ways of using Photoshop, but this is just my personal way of doing it. Excuse me. So what you want to do is to tweak the midtones here so that the whole picture looks much more brighter. And it's actually a pretty common characteristic of the film photographs that it doesn't really have absolute black. In fact, it has a bit of grayish black. And so what we want to do is to drag the shadow here, the blacks of the curve here, and drag it up like this. And so this essentially looks grayish, but also more film-like. And you're also free to work around with the highlights and the whites. Now, I think that's pretty much what I want to do. So the next step we want to do is to go to the color balance. There we are. So this is the color balance. Now you have the choice to work around with the tonal adjustment of shadow, midtones, and highlights, but I'm gonna be simply working around with the midtones. So if you click on midtones, I would like to add on a bit of cyan on my photograph, a bit of green, and also a bit of yellow. And that gives us pretty much what we would traditionally consider as a Japanese film style look, a bit of greenish look, right? But that's not it. If you wanted to, make it less strong or less radical, you can always go to the opacity tab and you can uh, turn it down a bit so that it's not as strong. Or if you like it very strong, you can always go to 100%. But I like it a bit soft. Okay, so that's it. Now the next thing we want to do is to go to the saturation tab, because usually for a film photograph, there is less saturation. So we do want to desaturate our color a little bit, especially in the greens. So yeah, that's good enough. Doesn't have to be a lot. So we're almost there. We need to add on a tiny bit of details. In this case, it would be the blur and the grain. So what you want to do is to here click on the background layer, and you want to right click and duplicate the layer. And if you have a copy of the background, that essentially allows you to work on a copy instead of the actual background layer, and therefore allowing you to go back to the background layer if in case you damage the background copy layer. So what you want to do is to click on the background copy layer, and you go to filter, and you go to blur and Gaussian blur. Now, Gaussian blur essentially allows you to add on artificial blurriness onto your photograph. But of course, you don't want to make it super extreme, so you always want to keep it mild. Now, this is the sharpest, and if you drag to 1.5, I think that's a pretty good difference. If you click on the box, you see the original, and if you release the click, and that's the afterwards. So you see that there is a difference. Okay. Now the reason why I want to make it blur is because in the past for film photographs, they don't have as the glasses, the lens on the film camera isn't as sharp as the glasses that we have right now on digital cameras. And that's why it's easier for film photographs to be softer, and it's only natural for us to see softness in film photographs. So yeah, so what we want to do is to add on artificial softness onto the photographs so that it looks film-like. So yeah, there you go. Click OK. So it's already softer. Now, lastly, we want to add on grain, which is a very important aspect of film photographs. So what I like to do is to go to the camera raw filter. And if you click on that, you have the choice of, well, you got to also go to effects. You got a choice of working with the grain of the photo. Okay. So I will add on some artificial grain that makes it looks like a frame photo, and that looks natural. That looks pretty much what I want. But of course, you got the choice to work around with the size of the grain and also the roughness of the grain. Something like this. That's good enough. So we actually go outside, we click OK. Then you got the grain applied to your photograph. Now, yeah, I think that's really about it. Um, to see the before and after, I'm going to be grouping all this layer together so that we can turn it on and off in one go so that it's easier to show you guys. Now, if you click on the I button here, you see the before, which is super sharp, the digital look, and then after, which is softer and more gentle and more film-like. And if you zoom out, there you have it, a film photograph. I think it's a pretty useful skill, and I hope it helped you guys to create beautiful pictures that you can upload on your Instagram profile. Now let's get back to our slides. That's really it for my mini lecture. But if you're really interested in the program, I hope this gives you a little bit of a taste of the program. Again, as I've said, we do have social media online and we do have a dedicated website for this program. So feel free to check it out if you're really interested, and don't hesitate to apply. And I hope to see you guys in the future. Bye-bye.